Well, hi there. I'm Maria Gracia, owner of GetOrganizedNow.com, and welcome to another episode of Gone TV. Before we begin, just a quick shout out to visit my website. As always, we have special free stuff for you to get your hands on, all designed to help you have a more organized, less chaotic, more fun life with plenty of time for everything and everybody you love. If you have kids or grandkids, in today's segment, you're going to learn a secret to get those kids to clean up after themselves each and every time. I am completely serious. You can do it. You won't believe how easy it is. And it requires no stress, no fuss, and will result in a happy kid in the end who will grow up knowing how to avoid clutter when they're in college or married with children of their own. Unbelievable, I know, but true. Case in point. Here's a little story for you. This actually happened just a few days ago. I was busy getting some projects done in my home office, and my 10-year-old daughter was off from school and she was playing in her house with a friend. I could hear them laughing and going in and out of the house, so I knew they were safe. But what I didn't know was the popcorn trail of clutter and chaos they were leaving all over my house in a matter of, I don't know, less than 30 minutes or so. So let me give you a rundown of everything I found. I think you'll get a kick out of it. There was a wet towel tossed over the banister. There were 2 cups of unfinished juice and a scattering of pretzel crumbs all over my kitchen counter. There was a bag of American Doll clothes in a tote bag on the floor of the kitchen. There was a flute on one of the cabinets in the dinette. There was, my kitchen floor was wet. They were playing with the hose outside and decided to walk across the floor with their wet, bare feet, of course. And there was soap all over my driveway. Apparently, soap suds are very fun for 10-year-olds. They're not very fun for the mailman or visitors who slip and break their necks, God forbid. And yeah, there was one other thing. Last but not least, there were 2 Wii games tossed on the ottoman, and of course they were not in their cases. So for anyone that knows me well, clutter and chaos are not part of my everyday vocabulary. In a moment, I'm going to tell you exactly what I did to rectify this situation, what I did to get the house back in tip-top shape, and how I did this without yelling, frustration, tears, or me lifting a finger, so you don't want to miss this. Kids are going to be kids. When you're 10-something years old, you're not really thinking about cleaning up after yourself. What are you thinking about? I don't know, chasing butterflies, wondering if your virtual pet on your computer game is still alive, playing with your friends on the swing set, jumping in puddles, I don't know. I don't think most kids actually think to themselves, I think I'll just drop everything where I'm standing just so I can drive mom straight up the wall. And they especially don't think, well, I have a wet towel in my hand and I must walk to the laundry room, place it in the laundry sorter, and put it in the right compartment. Not gonna happen. So after all, what's important to you and I as adults is basically insignificant drivel to our children. And besides, if they leave things sitting around, someone else will pick them up, right? So why bother? Now that point is very significant here because I know that the very second that I begin picking up the clutter, cleaning the mess, and eliminating the chaos, I've just taught my child something that she'll carry with her for a lifetime. And that something would not be good. I would be teaching her that it's perfectly okay to leave clutter and chaos here, there, and everywhere. Now, here comes the magic. I did something that is against, way against, for anyone who knows me, my organized personality. I did absolutely nothing. I left everything exactly as it was. It drove me crazy, but I did it. When dinner time was about 30 minutes away, I called my daughter inside. I knew she'd already be pretty hungry. I asked her if she noticed anything out of place, which of course she promptly responded that she didn't. I then took her on a tour of all the things that I'd found. I then told her that she'd have to get those things back in place and or cleaned before dinner would be served, to which she promptly responded, everything, but I'm hungry. At this point, I told her we were all hungry. So the quicker she started, the quicker she'd finish, and we'd all get to eat, and then we'd get to enjoy our evening. And guess what? She picked up every single out-of-place item. She dried the kitchen floor, she hosed the soap off the driveway with a little bit of guidance from her dad, and reeled in the hose all on her own. Now, I don't even know how she accomplished the hose thing, because my husband had pulled out the entire 100 feet of hose from the hose caddy. It's not easy to reel back in. You have to use all her strength. It's hard for me. But with her skinny little arms, she did it. It's amazing what kids are capable of. So when she was done, her dad and I gave her a giant hug, each of us, and we had a great dinner. And I felt terrific that she did an excellent job, and we know that she felt great about herself, all positive. Isn't this so much better than screaming, yelling, and punishing? I highly, highly recommend you don't follow your kids around picking up their popcorn trail. It's way too much extra work for you, and while it may seem like you're just being nice, you will actually be teaching them a very bad lesson that will backfire on them as they grow into adulthood. A future problem for them and for their future kids. I'm Maria Gracia, owner of GetOrganizedNow.com. Thanks so much for watching. Get lots done, have some fun, and remember, there's no better time to get organized than to get organized now.